The first step you want to do is gather some supplies. You're going to need 3 pieces of paper. You're going to need the primary colors. So you're going to need red, yellow, and blue. And you're probably going to need a bigger sheet of paper that you can use to cover your table or your painting space. Now you might want to ask your grown-ups to help with this step, but you're going to start by mixing orange. And we make orange with the primary colors of yellow and red. And I have some tempera paint, so I am actually just going to squirt some on the paper, and then I'm going to paint it with my brush. An important reminder is that when you mix colors, you need a lot more of the light color than you do of the dark color. So I put quite a bit of yellow on my paper. I am just going to put a few small dots of red on my paper. So maybe one here, and one here. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to do the mixing on the paper. And you can see how that red really takes over. So it's important that you don't use a whole lot of the red. Otherwise, it's going to look more red and less orange. Now, it's not important that you get it all the way to the edges, but you do want to have it pretty close. It's okay to leave a little bit of a border around it. And the fun thing about mixing it on the paper is that you get all sorts of different colors. It doesn't look all the same. I'm just going to continue to spread this out. You don't want to leave big puddles of paint anywhere. And it's okay if you see the brush strokes too. It kind of gives a little bit more character to your pumpkin. And now that I am done with my orange, I can continue with my other colors. All right, artists, I'm ready for my second color. I'm going to mix green. And when we mix green, we're going to use yellow and blue. Now, if you notice, the blue is a little bit darker than the red, so I'm going to use even less blue than I did red when I made my orange. Again, I want to add a little bit more. Your grown-ups might want to help you with this. You should ask them. And I'm going to do tiny, tiny, tiny bits of blue. Now, it's time for the fun. I get to mix. And now we're going to do a purple background. Now, again, we're going to use our primary colors. Purple is made with red and blue. We're still going to go a little heavy on the red. Again, your grown-ups are probably going to help you with this. I did some good spots of red, and now I'm going to add some blue, a few more spots of blue than I did with the green. It's time for the fun. Let's make purple. So artists, you probably noticed that I did this paper a little bit differently. I went all the way to the edges because this is going to be the paper that we put our pumpkin on. So this is the background. It's important that you go all the way to the edges, and that is why it is so important to have extra paper underneath so that you don't make a big mess at your table. Now that all of our paintings are finished, we have the purple one, we have a green one, and we have an orange one. It is now time to let these dry and to think about how we want to design our pumpkins.